Welcome to Crypto World Educate, your go-to destination for the latest updates, news, and insights on the thrilling world of cryptocurrencies. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just starting your journey, this channel is designed to keep you informed, empowered, and ahead of the game. Join us as we dive into the ever-evolving landscape of digital currencies, blockchain technology, and the fascinating stories behind them. When it comes to this week, we have a lot of big news that's going to be dropping. To me, this is the calm before the storm. Because if you take a look at a lot of these economic calendars, not too much is happening today, but Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, absolutely stacked as far as news goes. Not only do we have tons of earnings reports that make up a large chunk of the S&P 500, but we also have FOMC. Since the last FOMC meeting, all the reports we've been getting have been incredibly bearish. You'd think we'd see a rate hike, but despite that fact, a lot of the market believes we're just going to keep it where it's currently at the federal funds rate, and I expect the same thing. Now what I'm curious is how is that going to affect altcoins like Shiba Inu? How is that going to affect Bitcoin and the overall crypto market? Right? There's a lot of question marks surrounding that. The fact that we've seen a little bit of a decoupling with the crypto market going up, whereas the stock market has been looking quite bearish as of late, as far as trying to match the news to price action. It's been incredibly difficult. Now, when I took a look at Shiba Inu's price action this morning, as well as indicators on the daily, it's looking pretty good. We're seeing great momentum to the upside, despite being a little bit red on the day-to-day, and we're seeing some accumulation. Before we go any further, I would like to appreciate all our subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly click the subscribe button, like and leave a comment below. So if I had to take a guess, I'm assuming we'd go up, barring some really bearish news this week. Of course, anything can happen. Of course, I can't tell the future. But from a pure taking a look at the indicators, it's looking like we could potentially see some more movement up. Now, the interesting part is on Bitcoin is that we're seeing a lot of sideways price action, especially on the 4-hour time frame. I am sure the Bollinger Band signals are contracting. And if I had to take a guess, they're probably pretty tight on those smaller time frames. So we'll likely see a break to the upside and break, I think, $35,000 is the high for Bitcoin. And of course, if we break below, there's a lot of question marks as to how low we're going to go. All I know for Shiba Inu is that we've seen some great movement, ton of volume, despite the fact that it is down on the day, and I think it was down the previous day, but we've gotten to volume levels over these past couple of days that we haven't been in for a very long time. Now, as far as the order books go for SHIB, I think it was 20 million in buys versus 18 million in sells. Really not that much between the bulls and the bears right now. All indication shows that the market's on edge. There's been a lot of greed as of late, according to the sentiment analysis on CoinMarketCap. Now people are probably starting to question. It's like, we've seen some nice movement up. Is it going to continue or are we going to dump? Is this where we're seeing some distribution on Bitcoin and altcoins before we dump later this week? Of course, it's going to depend on the news. If we were to get a surprise rate hike, that would be incredibly bearish, in my opinion, at least in the short term, because so many people aren't expecting it. But as far as Shiba Inu goes, I think it looks pretty good from an indicator perspective, but of course, that doesn't always tell the full tale. Beyond that, there have been some updates here and there regarding some NFT projects and just crypto projects in general launching on Shibarium. There's been a lot of talks regarding SHIB identity. I recall reading about that in the white paper that came out with Shibarium. Even if it is maybe a big jump as far as security and stuff goes with Shibarium and the project, ultimately, I don't think it's going to result in price action, which is what me, as well as I'm sure everyone watching this video cares about the most. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If you found value, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting content. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay inspired and keep exploring.